Okay. How do you want to start this out?
How do I want to start this out? Well, this week we have a set topic, and that topic, as Casey stated on Monday, is bullying. So I guess we are just going to go into our experiences, and for me there weren't too many. I mean, I remember back in 8th grade in gym class, she and I, were asked quite frequently on a daily basis whether we were dating or not.
And it was hilarious because I had a girlfriend at the time, so they'd be like, "Oh, are you dating so-and-so?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And they'd be like, "Oh, are you two dating?" And I'd be like, "No."
Right after asking if she had dated, if
how
she was
many
dating
brain
someone
cells
else.
do you have?
It's like, exactly how much blonde hair dye have you been using?
Oh, do you remember what we used to?
Yeah, I used to make, we would
we would sit out in gym
like
and
purposely sit out during these stupid games, and I would start fake narrating them and like giving them all of these stupid names. Hey there.
Hi. Yeah, so we would pretend that we're like on an Animal Planet show and be like, watch the Prepicus stupicus in their natural habitat.
I'm proud to say that I made up that name myself on the spot.
Awesome. As far as high school, it seems like we don't really get a lot of bullying besides maybe a few like verbal things like sneers and stuff, but like
yeah, like, oh, there's this straight couple making out on someone's locker, mine in particular, it seems. And then, there's the lesbian couple hugging in the hallway, and it's like, oh god, no.
Yeah. And I feel like most of it's just on such a superficial level that we don't notice a lot of it because, well, since like 7th grade, we've made it our personal mission like not to give a shit. So yeah. I think maybe that's just us, but we don't really care what people think of us. So I feel like bullying especially isn't a big deal for us in that way.
But I hate, hearing about like all of the kids that killed themselves back in September.
It's awful, and it was really tragic, and I can see how if you didn't have a support group or like a group of friends who accepted you for who you are, or a more accepting environment like ours, then it could be extremely hard.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
But I don't think that we personally deal with it too much. The only thing that I have to say is that teachers really don't know how to handle it, and they do nothing to help. I feel like most teachers.
Well, the majority of teachers. There are a select few here who are like, well, I don't want to hear that's so gay. I don't want to hear gay as an insult in my classroom, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too. But I feel like the majority of teachers don't even do so much as that, and then they let worse things, like they let kids get away with worse things too, like imitating gay guys in particular. Do you think that's a bigger problem here? I think, like Casey was saying, gay guys get a lot more shit.
Gay guys do.
Oh, like Riley. We have a friend named Riley, and last year he expressed himself by dressing mostly like a girl. He wore makeup and dyed his hair and wore bows in his hair. And
an assistant principal had told him to take the bows out, to change clothes because he was being distracting, apparently.
He said that he was being distracting and that he couldn't dress like that, which he wasn't wearing anything flashy. He wasn't actually wearing anything distracting. It was just the fact that he was male and he was, dressing differently than most people. And so there's this campaign at our school. It's called No Place for Hate. There have been posters everywhere, and a lot of the teachers are wearing like little pins that say "No Place for Hate."
And then it seemed to stop there.
Yeah, that's the thing about this campaign, is like it's everywhere except for, okay, the same assistant principal who told Riley that he couldn't dress like in girls' clothes or wear makeup or pink or whatever. I saw him wearing a No Place for Hate pin the other day, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Are you that big of a hypocrite? So I really think that instead of just spouting all this nonsense and like the BS that sounds good, like no place for hate, blah blah blah, like teachers should actually be proactive about it and actually do something to stop bullying.
There should be like a little thing in parentheses. This is cricket chirp or something. Also, like, I remember that the only really big, like, whenever I witnessed bullying was back at 8th grade.
Yeah, middle school was worse, definitely.
And there was an 8th grade dance because, you know, we all cared so much. And she had gone with her girlfriend at the time. And, you know, there was like, I don't remember exactly what happened, but when they danced together, yeah, you.
I guess we got in a fight, but that's kind of relevant. But we were making up, and so we were dancing together. And I guess we were sort of in like our group of friends, but we were sort of a little bit outside of it. And so we sort of drifted away a little. And I guess we got too close to this pack of girls who, like, they were like really like big and kind of mean. That's the only way I know how to describe them. But so they started harassing us, and so I was just like quiet. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. But my girlfriend was stupid enough to like start trying to fight back and like yelling back at them. So she was tiny, she was like a twig, and there were these huge girls that were like yelling at us and calling us shit. I don't even remember. But so I had to drag her out of the room because she was gonna get killed if I didn't. But then once our friends actually saw what was going on, they started sticking up for us too, and everything ended up okay because we were able to make like a sort of a peace treaty with this other group of girls because we were about equal in size and everything, and we're like, okay, this is the 8th grade dance, it's the end of the year, we're going to have fun, and if you don't like us, then just ignore us because we don't like you, so we'll just ignore you. And yeah, that was that. But that was the only time I can remember like anything more like physical or tangible happening as far as bullying here.
Yeah, and
oh, and I got an egg thrown at my head like earlier this year, but it wasn't a raw egg. It was like one of those greasy egg sandwiches when we were sitting in the cafeteria.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
But it was right after I got my really short, dicky haircut, but I can't really like necessarily correlate the two things. It could just be because some asshole felt like throwing an egg at somebody.
There's someone.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, I just listened to this song. It's by Screeching Weasel, and it's called "I Want to Be a Homosexual," and like, it's so awesome. You guys should look it up. It's like a satire on all these stereotypes about gay men. The lead singer's like just admit that you don't have the balls to be queer, and I was like, haha, nice.